Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a different type of video. Although it is a hands-on video like I've done in the past, past videos hands-on have just been merely comparing reprint versions to the original, pointing out the changes and differences between the different versions of the books, the original compared to the reprint. And this video is not one of those types of videos. This video will be actually a book review of the original 1968 7 Laws of Success. I just got done reading it and I've never read the original before. I've always read through this watered down one over the years, and actually getting the real deal is amazing. So, a book review, that's what this book, there's only one comparison that will be done, is in this version compared to the reprint. In this version, Mr. Armstrong doesn't actually get to talking about the first law of success, notice it, until page 30. Whereas the reprint immediately begins talking about the first law in page 12. I mean, so get this butchered thing out of here. So we're going over the 7 Laws of Success. This booklet will show you the original that it was written, or this is actually the reprint that Mr. Armstrong did. He updated it. The original was in 1961, and this is the 1968 original, and it has 63 pages. And I know, just like I said, I just got done reading it, so while it's fresh in my spirit, I'm making a video on it. So Mr. Armstrong himself had many friends who were successful in the business world, the financial world. He knew bankers personally, businessmen, philosophers, like the pagan, or no, I shouldn't say pagan, but the secular philosopher Herbert. Here's a section here where Mr. Armstrong talked about rich men he has known. And I mean, then he asked what it actually truly is success. Because these two guys, let's see who they are. John McHugh, former chairman of the executive committee of the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so these were the two men who, this guy was, I think this was the banker and this was the other guy, but immediately after their death, nobody remembered them. Like, let's see if I can find the part. There was one part where Mr. Armstrong went into, there's Herbert. That was, he was the one who Mr. Armstrong would quote saying, "The only thing permanent in this world is change." Alright, so, okay, I can't seem to find it, but there was one part where Mr. Armstrong talked about, what the heck did he talk about? Well, okay, so what I'm building up to is, just help me to get this out. Herbert interviewed him, or not Herbert Armstrong interviewed individuals who in the world's eyes were considered successful. And he found a major theme with all of these people. So let's get to the first law of success. The first law. The first law of success, where does he say it? It's certainly nothing in life is more important than to know what real success is and how to achieve it. What then is the first law of success? Before stating even the first law, let it be said that I am not considering here such general principles of character as honesty, patience, loyalty, courtesy, dependability, punctuality, etc., 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 except as these are automatically included in the 7 rules. We may assume that one cannot become a real success without these principles of right character. But on the other hand, many are honest who have never practiced a single one of the 7 laws. Specifically, many who are may be loyal, have patience, extend courtesy, be punctual, who are unsuccessful because they have not applied a single one of these 7 definite specific rules. Even so, each of these laws covers a vast territory. Here then is the first law of success. Right there it is. To fix the right goal. Fix the correct goal. Not just any goal. Most of the successful men I have mentioned had goals. They drove themselves relentlessly to accomplishment. But making money, gaining status in the eyes of the people, enjoying passing pleasures of the five senses, has literally strewn a pathway of history of fears, worries, heartaches, troubled consciences, sorrows, frustrations, and empty lives. So what he's getting at here was the first law of success, to fix the correct goal, is these secular men he mentioned, they would be considered successful in the world's eyes, but a lot of them, after they died, their success didn't live with them, because the example I meant to mention earlier was Mr. Armstrong went into a bank of a guy he knew, and nobody knew who he was, and so they asked the secretary, and the secretary brought out a little clipping from the newspaper that mentioned it. So Mr. Armstrong read it, and was going to give it, he gave it back to him, and he said, well, this must be very valuable to you, this bank, so you must hold it or cherish it. And he said, no, not at all. He said, we don't even want it, you just keep it. So the bank this guy was president of for like 42 years or something like that, after he died, nobody even knew who he was. Okay, the second law of success, right here, the vital second law. And so if you are to arrive at success in life, you must first set the right goal. Then comes the preparation to achieve that goal. So the second law of success in time sequence is education or preparation. How can one expect to accomplish his purpose unless he acquires the know-how? So you not only have to have the right law or right goal first, but then preparation for that goal. Specific training to help you in achieving that. That's what the second law of success is. And a lot of successful people today do those. Most, if not all of them. So achieving that, the third law of success, let's find where it mentions that. Here we go. The basic third law. The all-important law coming next in time order is good health. We are physical beings. The mind and the body form the most wonderful mechanism we know. But man is made of matter. He is 16 element of organic, chemically functioning existence. So what he's getting at here is to be vessels of the Lord, he needs us in not only good physical health, but also good spiritual health. Those and longevity. That's the third law of success, is having good health. The fourth law of success, let's find where that mentions this. Here we go. The all-important fourth law. A person may have chosen his goal. Having it may have aroused tremendous ambition to achieve it. He may have started out educating and training himself for its accomplishment, and he may even have good health and still make little or no progress toward its realization. After all, success is accomplishment. It is doing. They say any old dead fish can float downstream, but it takes a live one to swim up. An inactive person will not accomplish. Accomplishment is doing. Now comes an all-important law. The fourth success law, then, is to drive. Half-hearted effort may carry one a little way toward his goal, but it will never get him far enough to reach it. And that's a very good point, because if you read 1 Kings 11, when it's talking to King Solomon, it said how he did evil in the sight of the Lord, because he went not fully after the Lord, as did his father David. So that was the fourth law there. The fifth one is right here on the other page. Law number 5 for emergencies. One might suppose that if he had a goal, and with the ambition to achieve his purpose, he then became trained, educated, and experienced in pursuing it, kept in good health, and constantly drove himself relentless toward his objective, that he would be bound to accomplish it. Important as these 4 laws are, they are not enough. Life constantly emblazing or encountering hazards, obstacles, unexpected problems, or setbacks. You may be proceeding along right on schedule, then bang, out of nowhere comes an unexpected complication. Some sudden circumstance arises which seems to stop you completely or at least set you back. Next page. So to meet these constantly arising problems, adjust this camera. There we go. Here we go. Get it. So to meet these constantly arising problems, you must have the emergency law number 5. It is resourcefulness. When complications, obstacles, unexpected circumstances appear to block your path, you must be equipped with resourcefulness to solve the problem, overcome obstacles, and continue on your course. So resourcefulness is there's going to be bumps in life, the road of life you could say, and it's you keeping a calm, cool mind and dealing with it intelligently and taking advantage of what you have around you. That's resourcefulness. That's law number 5. The law number 6 is covered right here. Among the case histories recounted in the beginning pages was that of the president of the major automobile manufacturing corporation. He had utilized the first 5 of these laws, that is, except he had the unusual goal that leads to the wrong direction. Yet the flash depression of 1920, when he lost his fortune, personal fortune, he committed suicide. This man had reached the point where he was all to appearance through. During life, he had resourcefully solved emergency problems that arose, but now suddenly it seemed everything had been swept out from under his feet. Everything he had worked for, everything he had accumulated, everything he had set on his heart, there was nothing left. He was washed up, finished. So it seemed to him there might have been a marital smash-up at the time. I never knew his private life. He gave up. He committed suicide. So near success, yet so far. Yes, 9 in 10, at least once or twice in a lifetime, come to the place where they appear to be totally defeated. All is lost. Apparently, that is, they give up and quit just a little, I jumped a line there. They give up and quit when just a little more determined hanging on, just a little more faith and perseverance, just a little more stick-to-itiveness would have turned apparent certain failures into glorious success. Law number 6, then, is perseverance, or stick-to-itness, or to never give up. To get up, but not to give up. Because if you don't get up, you're going to give up. But if you get up, you won't give up. And you're not a failure until you don't get up again. Remember, the scripture says that the righteous man falls 7 times and he gets up. So he fell 7 times, but in God's eyes he's righteous because he repented and got back up and didn't let how he fell into sin, or did sin, not you don't fall into it, it lines up. Well, he didn't let it stop him. He got right back up and continued the work God had for him. So here is the overlooked 7th law. Is this where he builds up to it or mentions it? Yeah, this is an excellent booklet, though. And actually reading the original compared to, like I said, the butchered reprint I had. Where is it? Well, anyways, so the 7th law is contact with guidance and the continuous help of God. Why can't I find that part? So it's the 7th law, Mr. Armstrong pointed out too, is that the secular men who achieve success, here we go. He says, the all-important 7th law of success, nevertheless, is having contact with and the guidance and continuous help of God. And the person who does put this all-important seventh law last is probably, or very probably, dooming his life to failure at the end. So Mr. Armstrong put the most important law last so you'd remember it after reading this booklet. Like I said, this is a very excellent booklet. This is an original. It's out of print. You can't find them anymore unless the Lord shows you where on eBay or something. And so I hope you've enjoyed the review, this book review of the original 7 Laws of Success. I will leave a link in the description box to the Herbert W. Armstrong Original Library, where they have all his books, PDFs, magazines, I mean everything he made in PDF form. And you can look up the original 7 Laws of Success in its fullest form. So thank you for watching, and continue to stay tuned for more Bible truth this new year, this Roman New Year of